Come with me to make and deliver a 6-tier wedding cake. As you can tell from the way that I'm carrying those, it is an all styrofoam cake, and this is usually the cheaper option, and that is what my friend decided on. But don't you worry, because I do also make sheet cake. That's what a lot of people, I guess, don't realize. I did make enough for all the guests, and that will be going to the kitchen. Even though my hair and nails are always clean, I'm not that worried about it because it is a fake cake. Of course, I'd take better care of that when I make the sheet cake. So on day one, I roll out the fondant and add it to all of my styrofoam layers. This takes quite a while, so by the time I was doing the second cake, I needed to sit down. I'm not gonna lie, this is my least favorite part. I love decorating the cake, but this part is always very long and tedious. I do give myself a day for the fondant to dry before I stack the layers, only because it's easier to use when the fondant is dried. Your fingers won't indent and you can hold it. Here is a secret pro tip. I use fondant glue when I attach my cake layers. That means I add water to my fondant, and once that is dried, the layers do not move. This is so much better than a center dowel. I have never had my cakes move when I do this. So this is obviously day 2. You can do this as far as a week or 2 in advance because it is a fake cake and fondant doesn't go bad. Now I'm making the hydrangeas. She wanted the same style as I did for my sister's wedding. So it's a bunch of hydrangeas that flow down from the top tier to the bottom, and it gets less and less as it flows down. And this takes about 2 days because it takes a while to dry. So this part I actually did on day 1 and 2, and I waited for everything to be dried so that I could slowly add it to the cake. I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing this for several years, but I still get nervous to deliver a wedding cake even though I have so much more experience now. I really wanna know what you think of a fake cake. A lot of people have a problem with it, but I think it's also such a great option when you do an outdoor wedding so bugs don't get on it. So again, I'm attaching the flowers to the cake with fondant glue, which is glue mixed with water. And once that is set, I make the sheet cake. I'm just gonna show you one because this takes a very, very, very long time. I usually do it the day before the wedding. That is my favorite secret recipe. The cream is just chef's kiss. So the reason I do the sheet cake the day before the wedding is because I want it to be as fresh as possible. I try to do it the morning of, but there's just so much going on. You have to set up the cake, deliver it, and all that stuff. And usually they want it at the venue by 1 p.m. I will say my most important part of making a wedding cake is making sure that the sheet cake is delicious. More than the design, more than anything else, this is just my priority. Getting good reviews on the taste of the cake means so much more to me than the design, just because I think that's what makes people come back to you. So now it is the day of delivery. I asked my friend to come film me because I wanted to show you all the process. So I take this to my Jeep and I set up. I just detailed this car so it is squeaky clean. Now I am at the hall, so I'm slowly taking everything out of my car and taking it inside. Of course I have to do something silly because that's just how I am the day of. I'm so excited to deliver and just have it there in one piece. So the cake was too tall for my car, so I did have to bring the bottom tier by itself, and then I put it all together while I'm at the hall. I gave the sheet cake to the kitchen and take my final photos. This is the final look. Let me know how you think it turned out and if you have any other questions.